Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for today. It's been a while. I've been meaning to catch up on your reading since the last one. The volume didn't work or my microphone stopped working. So we're going to see what you need to know today, what's happening in your energy. It could be past, present, or future. Okay, you could be a cross watcher. So just take it how it resonates. And let's see, Cancer, what is going on with you right now? What is important for Cancer at this time? The Lovers. The World in reverse, a relationship, okay, a lack of closure, and the Four of Cups, and then we have the Hierophant at the bottom. Yeah, all day long has been like relationship readings, okay? All day. So someone here is upset. They're holding some sort of a grudge. They feel rejected. They don't want the cycle to end. They don't want there to be some sort of closure. All right. Let's see what we need to know about this here. Lovers. The Ten of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So this relationship or this partnership has to do with, so I feel like these are two separate energies. It's like one person has money, they have independence, they have success, and then the other person is the Page of Pentacles, which is like they don't really have much to offer, or they're just starting out, or they don't make a lot of money. Okay. What's the World in reverse? The Ace of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So there's a King of Wands here that feels a burden, or they feel like there's a lot of pressure on them, a lot of weight because of a new beginning. A new beginning. Okay. What's the Four of Cups? Temperance, the Seven of Cups, and the Devil. Ouch. All right. So this is like having the devil and the angel on your shoulder, right? This is like being confused about the path. I mean, if you should listen to the dark side or if you should listen to the light side. This could even be someone that feels like torn between following the temperance path of like healing or staying in some sort of toxicity, I guess, or maybe some sort of habits. All right, we'll see what that's about. I'm also getting with the Seven of Cups and the Devil, like the seven sins or the seven deadly sins for some reason. Okay. What's the Lovers? The Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Swords. Okay, so the Lovers, King of Swords could be Gemini. It doesn't have to be though. So this has to do with a family, being a family, having a family, having a relationship. But it's making me feel like someone here thinks that nothing ever works out. Like some sort of experiences in life that make you feel like it just never works out, or it's not attainable in some sort of way. This could even be a situation where you're scared of betrayal, like you're scared of being hurt or being betrayed. So you could be someone you've chosen money or success over relationships a lot of the time because you had more reward here. That's what this feels like. Okay. Geez. Okay, hold on. Let's put those back. And what is this about? Ten of Swords reverse. The Page of Cups. The Tower. Huh? The Tower and the Page of Cups. Strength. What is... Wait, hold on. Let me get more. A date. Meeting someone new. Dating. Setting a date. Planning a date. Okay. Girl talk. Talking with a friend. Or spending time with friends. Moving on. Happily single. Living in the moment. Having fun. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like whoever you are, you're really happy being single. Okay. You're totally content with that. It's like you might have made a conscious choice towards that a long time ago, where you consciously decided that relationships or having a family or going towards that path is never going to work out. So did you actually consciously choose it, or did you kind of give up on it? Because the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is making me feel like you didn't see it working out in some sort of way. So you might have, I don't know, this kind of feels like you believe that you made the conscious choice to go towards money and career, but it's actually, from what I see, coming more from like this fear of betrayal, or the fear of it not working out, or not wanting to get hurt, or feeling like it's just not, like, how should I say? Like with a career trajectory, you can kind of determine your own outcome, and it's more of like a fixed reward system, right? Where you know that if you work for this much and you do this and you go there and you work like this, then you're going to have a certain kind of a reward at the end of it. Or you believe that it's attainable, right? It's like you're putting the ceiling here and you're saying, this is attainable, I can reach that. So it seems more of like a goal that can be met. This feels like, for you, relationships and family, or having that kind of a goal, it's like it doesn't have the same kind of a measurement, because it's kind of more of a risk, right? It's not as straight of a line. And also it's not, like the goal is a different goal, because one of them is centered around like happiness and connection, or, you know, having a family, I guess you could say, is a different kind of a goal than success and money. So maybe that's where this comes in, right? The Temperance path and the Devil path. Well, it's not the Devil path, but it's more like materialism, okay? Capricorn energy. It's all about business, money, success, business deals, materialism, wealth, right? That's what Capricorn energy is all about. So that is more of a, that just brings a different kind of a reward with it, right? Or a feeling of success. Because one of them is centered more around it's just two different kind of goals. I don't know. I'm trying to find the right words. It's like one of them is centered more about maybe pride, recognition, success, acknowledgement, or, you know, a feeling of attainment, like a feeling of having the goals being met. It's like, I don't know. And the other one is centered more around like just happiness, right? Which doesn't necessarily feel like there is a goal post. it's more of a feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Let's see. Mask, you're hiding your true feelings, you're pretending, you're deluding, you're hiding something, personifying. I feel like, I'm going to be honest, okay? It feels like you actually do want love and you do want family and you do want connection, but you pretend like maybe, or it's almost like you talk yourself out of it because it's just, there's too much risk there. It feels too risky for you, maybe, or you just feel like it can't really work out. But the mask feels more like you telling yourself that I made a conscious choice to just focus on my career. I made a conscious choice to say that this is not important to me when it actually is. Okay. Sudden change, shocking news, and epiphany. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like the epiphany is that you kind of, it's giving me a feeling of like self-denial, right? Because if you're not in a situation where you can have that kind of a dream, where you can have the family and the love and all that stuff, this feels more like acceptance. Like you didn't consciously choose to go towards career. Maybe that's just how it happened and you accepted that. And with the acceptance of you saying, okay, this is my life now, like I guess I'm not going to have those things, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to focus on this, you know, it's that just doesn't seem to be happening. That's not really like a conscious choice. That's more like you adapting to your environment and then accepting the way things are and kind of like hanging it up and saying, oh, it's not going to happen anyways, so I might as well just accept it. But it's actually still there, but you could just be trying to hide it or play it off like, you know, it's better not to get hurt because like, you know, something like that. That's what this feels like. Okay, so what's the world in reverse? The Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, the reason why I'm laughing here is because the Nine of Cups in reverse is exactly the opposite of this energy of like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm happily single, living in the moment, doing great. You know, I feel perfectly fulfilled on my own. Nothing's missing, you know. This is showing me it's actually a little bit of the opposite where there is something missing. Like there is something inside that doesn't feel completely aligned, or it does feel like you haven't really met your wish fulfillment. So it feels like the cycle isn't closing, or you can't find some sort of closure, or something feels like open-ended still. Like there's something missing, or there's something lacking, but it feels more like denial because of you feeling like you have to accept things the way that they are. It's like you trying to convince yourself that you're happy where you are and how it is because you feel powerless in changing it. You know what I mean? And so the funny thing about this is that here, down here with this King of Wands, there's the Ace of Cups. And that's like the missing cup. And the missing cup here is the Ten of Cups, right? So you go from 9 that are in the reverse, and then you want the 1, but the 9 plus the 1 is the 10, which is family and happiness, okay? And feeling, you know, some sort of like togetherness or a family life or a relationship of some sorts, right? So I don't know. It feels like whoever you are, you know that there is maybe one cup that you feel like is missing. But what's the Ten of Wands? Why is that here? The Knight of Cups, the Four of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Wands is all about building together, right? So on this card, there's two people in a home building something together. A stable foundation that's achieved. But for some reason, this feels like, it feels like hard work, or it feels like, why does that feel like hard work? Or why does that feel like, and almost being like unattainable in a way? The Four of Cups in reverse. Something about a long-term plan, a long-term strategy, thinking about something practically. Yeah, this is giving me like weighing the risk and the reward again. Like the pros and cons, okay? Risk and reward. Because like I was explaining at the beginning, like if you're just focused on your career all the time, that is something that you can definitely plan, right? Or you can have certain goals that you can try to meet, and then, you know, after that goal is met, you can see what comes after that. Like it's a pretty straight line for the most part, right? But like love and connection and coming towards someone with an open heart, or opening your heart, or wanting to receive love, wanting to build something in that kind of a foundation, like it's not as straight of a line, and it can't really be calculated the same way, okay? I don't know. What does Cancer need to know here with this one? Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. Okay. Working on it repetitively, persistently. Okay, something about working on something for a long time. What is that about? Love call. A message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. Oh, hold on. The Chariot. Moving forward, traveling. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like more than anything, it's like the risk is scary. That's what I keep feeling. Like, you just might not know if like taking a risk on something is worth it, okay? Okay, so this could have to do with having children, maybe. But sudden wealth is in the reverse, so maybe you feel like having children will deplete your money in some sort of way. I don't know. Why is that in the reverse? Or maybe you feel like it's a choice, like you have to choose one. Like if you have one, you can't have the other, which is totally not true. You can have both. So I don't know if there's something in your mind that tells you that you can't have both, like you have to make a choice between two, like it's either this or it's that, when in reality I feel like you can have both. But it's like it feels safer, like something here is making me feel like you just feel like it's safer, like when you're betting on a horse. Okay, you want to bet on a safe horse, on a good horse, okay? You want to bet on a horse that you know is going to win. And I feel like something about betting on a horse is like, you want to make a good bet. And that comes again from this Capricorn energy, this career orientated energy. It's like you want to make sure that if you make an investment, it's a safe one, it's a good one, it's going to carry you far, it's going to get there. But again, that's like, that just doesn't work with love or with relationships or with connection. Thinking that way, it's like two different ways of thinking, right? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What else do you need to know here? Yeah, the two of you're weighing the truth. The truth. Here's the truth is you weighing things back and forth, and you feel like, look, Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's something in you that feels like it has to be one or the other. Like if you choose one, you're going to lose the other one. Or if you you feel like you have to make a choice. And if you choose one, you're going to lose the other, but that's not true. Like I feel like you can have both. I feel like you can have it all. Because that's actually what you're looking for, right? You're not looking for something different. You're not looking for something different. You're looking for that missing cup, because I feel like you already have the 9. You have the 9. You have the stability. You have the success. You have the money. You have the independence and all that. You have all that, but there's something that feels like it's missing. So you're only looking for that Ace of Cups, like the last missing piece. But there's something here that I guess, I don't know, I feel like this is something you're telling yourself. I don't feel like Spirit is telling you this. That you have to choose one or the other, but you're not looking for a replacement. You're looking for the last missing cup, you know? You're not looking to start over. You're looking for like an add-on, basically. Okay, it's like it's giving me that you don't need to delete Safari and download Firefox. You're just missing the extension or something like that, right? You don't have to scrap the whole thing. I don't know. The 8 of Wands, taking quick action. Yeah, you could be used to having like quick results, okay? The Queen of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and Strength. What's that about? Hold on. Love. The butterfly. A child. Healing the inner child. Something evolving to the next phase. Okay, love. So what you want is love, but you're denying it. Okay. I gotta be honest with what I feel. It's like you want it, but you're telling yourself that it's probably not going to work out anyways, and it's better not to even bet on that, because like you're on a good path here, and like you can convince yourself that nothing's missing, even though deep down you feel like it is, but you're just like, it's okay, I don't need it, right? But I feel like that's not really how you feel. It's like acceptance. Acceptance of the fact that you could have more, but you're perfectly fine with also the outcome, like if it never comes, you know? So be lighthearted, finding out things are coming to light. The dragonfly. Adapt, change, and heal. Something about being lighthearted, okay? Or doing something with a light heart. The Queen of Cups. So what's the Four of Cups? There's something here that you're rejecting. Commitment. What are you rejecting? Commitment. So you feel like commitment is a trap, okay? 8 of Swords with the Hierophant. That's like, oh no, commitment is binding. It's a trap, okay? I don't want to be trapped. The Five of Swords. Yeah, something being manipulative or... No, honestly, I feel like the Five of Swords is you gaslighting yourself. I gotta be honest. I feel like it's you telling yourself, you're like sitting there like, you know what, nah, actually, I don't need it. You know, it's really just a trap, and, you know, it's just too much of a risk, and, you know, it's just gonna tie me up, and, you know, I'm on a good path here with my money. And I'm fine. I've been fine this whole time. Like, I'm not really missing out on anything, and, you know, I can totally live this way forever, and I'm not really missing out on anything. You know, it's totally cool. I can accept this. Okay, well, it's your choice, you know. I'm just kind of laughing at the abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Yeah, it's like you could actually manifest everything that you want. You could have everything. You don't have to just choose, you know. You don't have to choose between money and family. You can have both. You can have everything that you want. But right now you're like, you know what? I'm good with my money, and I'm good with being alone, okay? Happily single, living in the moment. Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine alone. I love my life. I love being single. I'm fine alone. You know, I can do it by myself. I don't need anybody. I can manifest everything that I want for myself. Okay. The snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious. The snake. Not enough. Insecurity, jealousy, lacking confidence, fear issues, self-sabotage. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with fear. Like the fear of it not working out. So, you know, better not to even try. Because, like, what's the point? Or even just like the insecurity going into it. Like maybe even how you feel about yourself, right? The snake. Tell me about that. Not enough. The King of Wands. The King of Wands, okay. Lacking confidence, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. The Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's something about a job. I feel like this has to do with your career, okay? And maybe you feel like you're going to lose something. Like you don't want to have to lose your career or everything that you've built, or, you know, it's also something about the long-term planning of it. The Knight of Pentacles, like your long-term plans and how you thought it was going to go, or... Like right now, like it feels like right now in your life, you're on a very stable, safe path that you can kind of like see in front of you. So you know where you're going, you know how it's going to end, you know what the goals are. It's like safe, you know? So I do feel like there's fear. I do. I feel like there's fear of like sabotaging something maybe, or doing something wrong, making a bad move, sacrificing something that you end up regretting later. And then just kind of saying, you know what, I feel like it's better just not do that at all because, you know, right now I'm good, you know. The Knight of Wands. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're like, I'm good. I'm happy by myself, okay? I have everything that I need right now. Happy and fulfilled. Okay. Okay, so then what's the Seven of Cups about, though? Confusion. Confusion about some sort of information, some sort of communication. Something doesn't feel like it's worth the investment, though, to you. The Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's like, I feel like at this point in your life, like you decide your fate, or, you know, you decide how things play out. It's like you're going to decide your own destiny, or you're going to decide your life, okay? Like you decide, it's your choice. So, you know, if you don't feel like something is worth investing into, then that is your choice. The Star and the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's your choice. Okay, so the Star is like your wish fulfillment. This is like your dream, your vision, your wish, your biggest wish. If I could wish upon a star, what would it be? Okay. So you could have made your choice. Or I don't know if there's something that you need to choose, or I can't really tell if you've made the choice yet or if you still need to choose. I don't know. It feels like there is two choices here. But maybe we also, I don't know, maybe you also feel like it has to be a choice. Like it has to be either this or that. And if you do one thing, you're going to lose something else. I mean, it could be because everything kind of comes a bit with a sacrifice in life, right? Okay, so what about the choice? The Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. So the choice is to invest into what you've been working on here for a very long time. It kind of looks like you're just going to stick to what you know. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, work. Okay, this looks like work. The Moon. And Death. What is Death about? Why is Death here? Because you don't want to be charmed or used. Okay. Replaying events over in your mind. Outdated thinking. You're replaying something over in your mind. Something about commitment, partnership. Engagement. Okay, so partnership, commitment. Yeah, because like, you know, sometimes we want things. Like we inherently want love. We inherently crave connection, family, love, a union. We crave that, we want that, right? But we say to ourselves maybe like, oh, I don't need it, or I'm fine without it, or I can go without it. I can accept my life the way it is. I can be alone. I don't care. I'm fine. Not because we reject the idea of wanting it, because there's always going to be a part of you that still wants it. But you kind of accept the circumstances, right? And that it's just not possible, okay? Or it's just probably not going to work out that way. So it's better to not get your hopes up. This feels like better not to have any kind of expectations so that you're not disappointed when it doesn't happen, right? So then you just stop expecting it or stop wanting it even, because then at least you're not disappointed. But it's kind of like you are kind of lying to yourself a little bit, right? You're kind of lying to yourself a little bit that you don't want it when you do. But it's almost like you feel maybe there's a part of you that feels like you shouldn't want it because it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is, okay? It's giving me tied to some sort of fears, right? And not wanting to get your hopes up, not wanting to have, not wanting to hope for something and then be disappointed later. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's like it could be a beautiful thing, right? To find that person that you can have that connection with, okay? Yeah. So what else does Cancer need to know here about this confusion or this rejection? The King of Cups. Yeah, something about your heart or opening your heart. Strength in reverse. I mean, I don't know. This is even kind of giving me like not feeling okay, not wanting to be vulnerable, okay? Not wanting to be vulnerable. I feel like you have a lot of empathy, okay? You do have a big heart and a lot of empathy, but you don't want that to make you weak. Okay? Maybe you feel like emotions have the capability of making you weak. You don't want to be, not like, how should I say this? How should I say that? The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, it's making you feel like you're going to be lacking something. Like you're going to be losing something, you're going to be lacking something, or there's just something about emotional connection that doesn't feel as safe and stable. You don't have as much control over the trajectory of it as you do with your job and career. And it's like, I don't know, there's something here about you feeling like you're going to lose something, or you feel like there's lack attached to it, like you're going to have to give something up, or when I don't even really feel like that's on the table either. It's more like, what is this? There's something here in your subconscious. I'm like trying to dig it out, okay? I'm trying to dig it out because there is something in the subconscious here. Yeah, it has to do with you feeling happy. What you perceive to be happiness, oneness, enjoying each other, okay? Sudden change, shocking news, an epiphany. Okay, so you're going to have an epiphany maybe about happiness. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, and that... Okay, so what's going on in the subconscious? Well, fear issues, self-sabotaging behavior. And I feel like the self-sabotaging is that mindset of, oh, you know, it's not really that safe. And, you know, like, I don't really know if it's worth it because, like, so much could go wrong. And, like, what if I end up with nothing? It's coming from a lack mindset of thinking you're going to be losing something, right? Your sense of stability, security. Yeah, that's the dilemma, I feel, is that there's there's like two different mindsets, and that's what this is. The devil versus the temperance angel. And the devil really, to me, in this reading is not anything toxic. It's more the Capricorn energy of business, money, materialism, security, right? That feels stable to you. Right now in your life it does. Okay, it feels stable. Because it's not, the drive behind it is not happiness, right? It's not bliss, happiness, love. That's not the drive behind why we want money and success. So the reward is different. And again, it's like, I feel like stepping towards love for you is like out of your comfort zone a little bit. I don't know why that is. I feel like that's something only you can know, because it's, there's a fear here though of some sort of a lack of confidence. I don't know what that's about though. I just feel like it's not your strong suit. Like, you know what your strong suit is. You know that you're stronger in business, in job, in career, in money, success. It's like, that's your strength. So when it comes to stuff like love and like being vulnerable and stuff like that, it kind of feels like that's just not your strong suit. Okay, so it could feel kind of like fish out of water. And I feel like you do want it, but you've lent so far into the business side of it because you've kind of accepted that that's just what you're going to be doing now. I don't know. I feel like you have a really big heart, okay? Very empathetic, very caring. But it's like you don't want to, I feel like there's a part of you that you don't want to give up your job, your business, your success for love, because you're not getting that same kind of a reward from it, right? But the thing is though, I don't feel like you have to give it up. Like, I really don't feel like there's a choice between two. Like, choose it. Choose money or love. I don't feel that at all. I feel like you can actually have both. Okay, I feel like you can have both. Like, spirit is coming in saying like, you have this, you've reached this, but don't you feel like you're missing this in your life? And now you're looking at that thing and you're like, but am I gonna have to give something up for it? No, I feel like spirit wants to give you both. You know what I mean? It's not a choice. It's more like, do you want the add-on or not? Like, you don't have to take it. You don't, if you want to stay in this lane, you can. And you can probably be happy that way too and feel fulfilled and feel good. But like, it's just the add-on. Like, do you want the add-on or not? I don't know. That's what I'm getting though. But you don't have to have it, okay? Like, you know, I don't know. Anything else here? Okay, closing words for Cancer. The Knight of Cups. Oh my God. Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. Bad memories of the past. The Emperor. And the Four of Wands. Yeah, so yeah, there must be something in the past here that is kind of making you feel like it's just not worth it. Yeah, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories, something about the past, something about conversations in the past, talking. Not being able to transcend something. Yeah, I mean, this could also be like, it's giving me a bit of like fear of judgment, okay? Something about conversations. What's that about? Marriage, talking about marriage. Yeah, something about marriage or wanting marriage or wanting to be married. And then progressing, arriving, moving on from a betrayal. Receiving what you need. After betrayal, after heartbreak and pain. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, well, why shouldn't you be allowed to have this? Like, it's what you want. It's what you do want. Like, it is a wish, you know? Like, you've been through so much, so why aren't you allowed to have that or manifest that in your life? You know? But yeah, you can walk away from it at any time, right? If you say, you know what, I changed my mind. The snake. The snake. Why does the snake keep coming out? Because of insecurity, feeling not enough. Lacking confidence, feeling not good enough. Happiness, expansion, joy, or feeling undeserving of it in some sort of way. Malicious enemy, the snake. Who's that for? Why does the snake keep coming out? I know it's been a long reading, Cancer, but I'm gonna wrap it up. Why does the snake keep coming out? Because of an ending, a permanent ending, the High Priestess. What? Because of a permanent ending? People working together here when it comes to someone being hurt about somebody receiving something. Equal give and take. Huh. Not being able to get out of something, leave something behind. The Tower and the Three of Wands. The future. Something about the future and a new beginning, okay? Something about the future, seeing the future. And the cup that's being presented, okay, in the future for you maybe. Yeah, so again, there's a cup that's being presented in the future. It's up to you if you want it or not. I mean, it's just spirit saying like, look, this is here. Like there's an opportunity for it, but what's the advice? The Four of Swords, the Devil, and the Nine of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. I mean, I kind of feel like whoever you are, you'd rather be alone. Okay, so it kind of feels like you're choosing that. You're choosing the Capricorn path of just sticking alone, okay? High honor. This has to do with something illegal, some sort of corruption. Some sort of protection from some corruption. Okay. Be lighthearted, finding out the truth is going to come to light about some sort of events that you're replaying in your head. Outdated thinking. I don't know. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of getting off topic here at the end, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, look, it's your choice, okay? It's your life. And it's up to you, right? I mean, is there anything else? I feel like I don't feel like that's a good closing sentence here. The Chariot and the Five of Wands, something about a fight, an argument, fighting, arguments about traveling, moving forward. The Ace of Wands and the Moon, taking action here. Having a fear of taking action, having a fear or some sort of deep emotions connected to this action. This has to do with the Queen of Cups. Wanting you to see the truth about something, or there's a Queen of Cups that wants you to... Something about doing some sort of introspection, okay? Or looking for the answers within. Or you're going to find the answers that you're looking for, or something about doing some sort of reflection. Okay, I don't know. I hope that this helps, guys. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I hope that this gives you the information you need to do the reflection, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. Hope this helps, and until next time, bye.